So let's keep a finger crossed for a good run tomorrow on qualifying.
The team ended Friday's practice session on a good note, setting the fastest time of the day. And after all the troubles of the day before, everyone deserved a good rest. Find out next if Team FX Primus Aylezo is able to stay ahead of the rest of the pack and claim another pole position. Early the next morning, as the drivers made their way to the circuit, the crew were already hard at work, making all the final preps for the car for the qualifying session. Once again, Sarah strapped Afiq in for the first qualifying stint. And as usual, before sending the drivers out, Chia would test the communication equipment with the driver and to give final instructions. The car and the setup looks good out on the track. Despite feeling slightly uncomfortable with the slight adjustment made yesterday, Afiq had a good session, one that was not impeded by traffic, allowing him a good result. Zen too was not very comfortable with the setup, losing grip and understeering at some parts. Although he did try something new and was happy with the results. Here is what the drivers had to say.
I just finished my qualifying and I didn't quite like the car setup as compared to yesterday. What happened was yesterday we had very good front grip but not enough on the rear. We make some changes to the car, and today overall we lost more front grip, and at the same time we did not get improvement on the rear. I guess that's got to do with the overall track condition as well. So I was struggling, I was very busy, hands full with the oversteer and understeer at the same time. However, I was quite happy because I improved 1 second from yesterday practice time. All this while I've been using my right foot braking, so I knew using left foot braking that would improve my time. So I thought, what the heck, you know, I got nothing to lose, and I decided to give it a shot. And I was pretty happy with myself because, in fact, left foot braking was so much quicker. That 1 second improvement that I gained was purely from my left foot braking, which is good. And from this point onward, I'm just going to move on with my left foot braking, and now we're going to work on the car. Get the car a little bit more settled down. Hopefully the car be a bit more comfortable to drive during the race.
Just finished qualifying. I did the first stint. We are on pole in the first race. We have an issue with the car, which is the setup. I think we definitely will sort it out. For the Q2, credit to Zen. He did quite a pretty good job. For the rest, I think we are happy with our result now. Start P1 in the first qualifying. We hope can do the best in the first race, and at least a podium finish will be a great weekend for us.
The Lamborghini Super Trofeo participants, along with invited guests and the media, were welcomed by the CEO of Lamborghini, Mr. Stefan Winkelmann, to a special private introduction of the 2015 Lamborghini Super Trofeo Huracan, giving details of the car that was being displayed at the circuit. Soon after, as the grid girls made their way down to the pit to pose for some photos with the media, Mr. Winkelmann made his way around the paddock to greet and wish luck to the teams for the upcoming race.
I did the first stint. Okay, the weather was good, really good, very cool.
Once again, it was great to see the team lining up on pole position at the start of the race. Everyone in the team is in high spirits as they waited for the race to start. The stands were packed with race fans from around the area, giving the race an even more exciting atmosphere. Afiq led the pack for a warm-up lap amidst the setting sun, controlling the pace as he turned the last corner. Once on the main straight and as soon as the lights turned green, Afiq was immediately bunched. He found it hard to maintain the lead and was eventually passed.
It's about the race. I had quite a good start, but I lost my position with the Japanese.
Although he lost the lead, Afiq stayed close to the Japanese driver in car number 11 for the next couple of laps. As Afiq concentrated on matching his pace to the car ahead, there was action behind him when car number 24 misjudged the turn and took out car number 1, narrowly missing Afiq. This allowed Afiq to pull away and build a gap to the third-placed car behind him. Then as Afiq caught up and pressured the lead car, he found a gap at the corner near the parabolica, staying close, keeping on the inside and taking the lead with an immensely last-minute braking maneuver. Back in the pit, Zen was warming up to take over the drive from Afiq. Soon, Afiq began to overtake the back markers, and he kept increasing the gap between him and the second-placed car. Then it was time to come in for the driver change. A perfectly executed pit stop meant Zen had a few seconds to spare as he waited for Mai to give him the go-ahead.
Afiq came in and we were leading in our class and with a good gap, and I jumped in the car and I saw an engine error light came on during the pit stop. But normally in this case you can either reset the engine or sometimes it just goes away. The reason I didn't reset it, it was because mine was showing me a 5-second ready to go signal. Let's not reset this because otherwise I'll lose more time. So I took the risk and I went up to the pit. As soon as I exit the pit, I shut off the pit limiter and I went into a safe mode. Turn 1, turn 2, I was going at 60 kilometers. I have to be very careful in order to park the car. I'm gonna find a safe place, otherwise I get penalized. So I managed to find a runoff space which is in turn 2. Literally stop the car, reset the whole entire system, and then fire up again. At that moment, I lost 2 positions. I saw car number 2nd and 3rd pass me, and but there's not much I can do. By the time I joined the race, I was down to 3rd place, and I keep pushing. As I came around just before the first lap, down the fastest part of the circuit, which is the back straight, we normally do about 297 kilometers, but at 250 my steering wheel came off, literally came off, and I was holding it with shock.
A heart-stopping moment for Zen at almost 250 kilometers an hour. Stay tuned.